Okay, can I say something now?
Go ahead.
I
How you doing?
I watch you because you take up for women. It's so many black men that get on here and make it their day to destroy us every day, talk down on us. But when he came up here, the same men that you talk about every day, he came up here and he said he didn't have a problem with you and you didn't have no smoke for him. I know you don't have to respond. You could have respond. You did
I did
not
respond.
respond.
I responded by
You
having
let
a
that man
conversation.
lie. You know he was lying the whole time. Me.
Don't know who the fuck you are. I literally don't know
This,
who the
Well,
fuck
this,
bitch,
you
look
this,
me up with your
because
bitch ass.
this,
Bye, hoe.
got you. That's
You
okay.
disappointed me.
anti.
Hey man, you niggas get cheated on, choose better. A woman run off with your kids, choose better. She keep you away from your child, choose better. You should have never slept with her. That's what you get. Every type of situation you niggas go through with a woman, you should have chose better. The same non-grace that we give to women as men, the same non-grace shall be handed to you on this side, fam. Point blank, period. Choose better. And second of all, we're not even gonna address that first sentence. We're not gonna address that, little boy. And then third of all, fam. Third of all, you feel me? I never said settle. What do y'all be talking? Y'all be trying to add words in my mouth. I never said that. I never said nothing about settling in the video. I was calling out a specific type of black man. Y'all dudes be coming in the comments identifying yourself as them type of black men because you're part of the problem, fam. Point blank, period. Any man who sits behind the camera all day degrading his group of women, always talking bad about his group of women, never having nothing good to say, that's the real type of man. That's your first sentence on here. That's the real on here. You feel me? Because they never got nothing good to say. So, nigga, I don't care about what you niggas go through with women. Because y'all don't care about what women go through. Point blank, period, nigga. Have a good day, little nigga.
So, for those that don't know already, this is Controversial Shannon. Okay, he's on TikTok. I believe he has a YouTube channel as well. And he gets on his platform on social media and discuss a lot of, he goes against a lot of red pill talking points. Now, I think the issue with red pill and the issue with blue pill, whatever pill it is, pink pill, whatever. I think the issue with that is it's going to be a circular talking point because men don't want to be grouped together and women don't want to get grouped together, right? So when I come on here on my platform and address the hyenas, a lot of other women gets triggered by it and they get upset. But then you have other women, right? The good women, the good black women that okay, girl, we get it. We know, right? Because we've been in situations where we see the hyenas actively acting a fool and you're like, girl, let me go get my purse and get on out this boat. They about to tear this place up. We know the difference, but it's the same thing with men. There are men, great, amazing black men, and then them goofy incels, son husbands, all types of riffraff out there. I think the issue and what we should all come to terms with so we can get on one accord is separate ourselves from the dusties. When I am discussing these hyenas, I am discussing these hyenas. Ain't got nothing to do with black women. But people use the term black women on certain platforms because that's how they decide to address them, right? But I think with Controversial Shannon, he goes after, the red pill talking points, a lot of the incels, okay? Like, I don't think anybody really too much is checking for what Fresh and Fit is talking about. But he also is in a disagreement with Anton Daniels and also in disagreements with O'Shea Duke Jackson. So, I mean, whoever you're subscribed to and whoever you follow, you're never going to agree with them 100,000%. But what I did was I went on one of his lives because I like to see everybody's opinion on certain things. I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, you said this, so I don't like you. I want to understand why you say the things you say. So on his live, he established that what he does is he gonna check a man for disrespecting black women. I think where he drops the ball at He's not just protecting black women, he's protecting these hyena 304 vulture behavior, which is, in my opinion, what that woman was in the beginning of the video. Let me tell you why. Now, what I got from Controversial Shannon when I first went to his live, I immediately left because the women that were on the panel, specifically his moderator, was not allowing other men to talk. She already had an attitude. She already had this nasty, venomous bitterness to her. And I remember telling my husband, I said, he gonna have a problem with her. I can see it. I can smell it. Because she a little weird with that. As soon as a man get on the panel, she smacking her teeth, rolling her eyes, not willing to have a conversation, right? I'm like, okay, whatever. Even, and I say this about anybody. You might not like a person, but a broken clock is at least right one time. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the hell they say. Y'all let me know in the comments. I don't care. So I always like to hear people out before I have a conversation with anything I do. And I think that's a lot of problem. I think that's a problem with a lot of people. They don't do that. If you don't hear something that person like, they already don't like you. They could be saving your life saying, hey, don't make that left. You could get in an accident. There's like a big old situation going over there and you can get a big accident. Make sure you make a right. But since you don't like that person, oh, fuck, they talk about, and you're going to go left and you're going to get in your stuff. You know, that's why I always say, regardless on what the person's talking points are, you don't have to agree with all of them, but you can listen to get some tea and see what's up because they might be right. So I was like, okay, let me see what he's talking about. And I seen his moderator and I seen she just was just shutting everybody down, telling everybody to be quiet, muting, wouldn't let the people talk. I said, oh, wow, so this must be her show. Okay, he letting her run it the way he letting her run it, whatever. Now, why is that important? This whole situation I'm about to play for y'all gave me like so much perspective on how a lot of these women are. Okay? Because when the woman who cussed him out, that wasn't his mod, but when that woman cussed him out and disrespected him, only one black woman supported him behind it. And I'm going to play what she had to say at the end. And that, my friends, is a black woman. Amen. Amen. So I'm going to give y'all a backstory on how we got here real quick. That way I can speed up things because this live was very long. And I mean, I have like almost 2 hours of recorded content from this. But I just want to summarize it up for you guys. So stay with me. So Controversial Shannon got on live and he wanted people to tell him why he is called what a lot of people consider a panderer. And, you know, a lot of the men that join the live don't really have the conversation. They just go on with, oh, you this, you that. And you're never going to get anywhere with that. It's just going to be trolling and nonsense. No conversations will be had. But in this particular case, Controversial Shannon wanted to have a conversation with a guy named Moses. Now, I don't know too much about Moses. I've seen him a couple of times. I've seen him go viral a few times by some of the things he say. Couldn't recall it because I blocked him out of my mind because I don't care. Myron and all the rest of the incels that I see come out and get embarrassed because they don't live the lifestyle that they talk about, or they try to talk trash to other men by making life choices that they make, and they're turning around and doing stuff, the same thing that they're trying to clown about, like Fugazi podcast and stuff like that. I don't, it don't really like, I'm like, okay, who cares? Whatever. But he decided he wanted to have a conversation with Moses, a personal conversation that he needed to have because they had some sort of beef about 3 years ago before his page got canceled or whatever. Okay, cool. He has him on the panel. Now, according to the ladies in the chat, this particular guy, Moses, is a nightmare. Okay. And I believe a lot of you men and women will know who this guy Moses is. Now, so I made sure I was familiar with him. I got a few of his controversial clips that he says that I'm going to add in this video.
You know what else y'all don't like about Kaya? You all are saying men are that easy. And her actions confirm that, and you hate it. Yes, we are that easy. And now a woman that's showing you all how easily a man can be pleased in order to be kept is frustrating you all. Because she's doing something outside of just existing. Kaya is uprooting your entire notion that a man should just love you for who you are. You hear that? The entire population of women running around talking about how dare she make herself useful. And that's the entire crux of it right now. She's making you all recognize how useless you are. Don't be mad, bitch. Scramble an egg. I said, I'm respectful, but at the same time, as it adheres to this intellectual shit, if you want to smoke, you can get it.
See, my problem with you is, and I'm not coming to you as an intellectual because I'm not one. I'm a guy. My problem with your brand of intellectualism is it is steeped in patriarchy. It's simply that. Because your argument is a man should control himself and a woman should. That's where you lose. That's where you're wrong. It should be a man controls himself. End of discussion. I don't give a shit if a woman's butt ass naked out here dancing on the fucking streets. A man should have better control over his fucking impulses. And the fact that it's black women who you're going after, who are calling you out on this, shows me that you're not an intellectual. You are helping prop up the patriarchy.
He proceeded to go on and on about how it was perfectly fine to be attracted to students who still take...
The new source for women that slander and defame men is Please Just Believe Me. Like, I even saw a woman in the comment section saying, oh, sis, you brought receipts. Like, where? I made a legal argument. I never used the word okay. And the legality I was referring to is that it is perfectly legal to look, stare, fantasize, or leer at anything. Or anybody, because in the society we occupy, we do not police thought and sight. And I guess in your lying mind, you thought I was going to back down off of that argument, even though it's just as true now as it was then. All you have are lies. It's like he said, she said, and at the end of the day, you have nothing to substantiate your claim. But because you're upset about the statements being made then, because you couldn't debunk the arguments, you're going to attempt to defame somebody. And that makes you mentally weak. I adore the deflection, and I love how you're trying to shift the framework of the conversation, but I'm not about to let you do that. The question still remains, why are women that claim that they're so fearful and so in danger sexually in society going out in less clothing? Still waiting, no matter if gaslighting is going to get you around this.
A lot of black men date Caucasian women because the black men are bisexual and she allowed them to be fluid.
It's like gay black men and black women have a vested interest in trying to make the rest of the world gay. None of us will be convinced that a man dating a woman somehow means that he's undercover or DL. It's like a cope on both sides. For the gay men, it's a cope because you're saying, I'm on the DL or I'm just fully out, and I feel as though anybody that doesn't agree with me must be the same thing because I feel insecure about what I'm doing right now. And the black women, it's more like, I'm undesired right now, so the men that don't want me must be gay. And gay black men and black women are saying it's so much more that I can really tell that black men just deciding to walk off this relationship plantation with black women is working. So black men, hold the line. They're getting weaker. They're trying to garner attention from assertive, masculine, heterosexual black men any way they can. All of these videos scream, black men that are heterosexual, assertive, and masculine, please respond to us. They sound almost identical to white America trying to get black people to respond. Nope.
Okay, so it's been a big controversial thing that Mighty Moses allegedly said that it is okay to fantasize about underage lady. Now, he responded by saying that is not what he said. He said on a legal standpoint, you cannot be arrested for that. But a lot of the women are arguing that that is not what he said. Now, he's been online and he's talked about it to other people and told everybody to prove that he actually said that and what the receipts are. And the women who dislike him are claiming that he reinvents himself. Now, I don't know, because I've been searching on YouTube, I've been searching on TikTok for all of the proof of him saying these things, and I cannot find it. And it should have some type of receipt somewhere, and maybe I just don't have access to it. So if you do have access to that, of the things that he says, if y'all could back up those claims with receipts, please post it below. So until I know, I can't really speak on it because I haven't seen it. So he did say he had an argument. He goes back and forth with a lot of people on TikTok, and he's like, he has like red pill content. I've seen him a couple of times, but I never really looked and paid attention to any of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just kind of scrolled on and just kept minding my business. So again, if you guys have any receipts on him saying the things that of those claims out there, please feel free to send it to me so I can cross-reference. But in the meantime, he was invited to speak to Controversial Shannon because Controversial Shannon and him had beef back in the day. This is what Controversial Shannon is stating. So he wanted to hash it out with him on his public platform. The ladies in the chat were not happy about it at all. And I'll tell you how their behavior was and how it just really disgusted me later. But I want y'all to take a look first. Now, to bring context, what I'm about to play to you is he invited women on a panel to have a conversation with Mighty Moses. And the women would not let him have a conversation. They would throw insults. He even gave another man an opportunity to speak to Moses, and they threw insults. It was just an insult game to the point where Controversial Shannon was getting a little frustrated from what it appeared to me, because they just wouldn't answer the question. It would just be like, you're doing this, you're doing that. And it's like, okay, are you going to ask a question or are you going to attack? So check this out.
Getting out of destroying the image of Black women. And does he realize he's destroying the image of Black men? We are not in a vacuum on this app. This is a worldwide app.
So what I'm asking is, what is your actual question? Because I'm.
But this is my question. I'm trying to not be long-winded, although he's.
Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna mute up. Go ahead.
We are on, this is a worldwide app with hundreds of millions of people on it. And we're not in a vacuum. When a Black man makes these videos all day, every day, ripping apart the Black woman, that doesn't just hurt our image. My father and my grandfather worked decades to uplift the image of the Black man. And men like Moses are making Black men look hateful, abusive, and like victimizers of Black women. What does he get out of doing that to our image and his own? That's my question.
Well, I don't get anything out of that because I've never done that before. Now, my question to you, since I've answered. Wait, hold up. You just told me to answer your question. I just answered it. Now I'm going to pose you a question.
Answer the question.
I just did.
No, you're lying. There are hours and hours of content of you saying terrible things about Black women.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
I just saw a clip.
Well, if that's the case, and I'm fine with you saying that. I'm fine with you making that accusation.
It's not an accusation. It's a fact.
It's an allegation. You're right.
It's a fact.
Sure. Give me a statement that I've made about Black women.
Oh my gosh. I was just watching a clip because when I saw you were on here, I just watched a clip where you said, I can't wait till the bombs drop and the Black women are gonna have to come crawling to us. And you were having this sick fantasy about if the bombs dropped, Black women were going to be quiet. I'm answering your question. Be quiet. I'm answering your question. And you had some sick fantasy that Black women were going to come crawling to you. And you talked about the sexual things that you were going to make Black women do and how you were going to starve them. And as soon as I tried to comment, you blocked me because you fear logical discourse. Let me tell you something, brother. Black men are 7% of the population. If the bombs drop, as you say, the white supremacists are going to be on their way to get you. So you don't need to fantasize about Black women being sex slaves and starving. And there's something seriously wrong with a Black man who would have that kind of fantasy about Black women. And let me tell you something. Every one of your videos, white people are seeing. What do you think that is doing to the image of the Black man that my father and my grandfather and my great-grandfather have worked hard to uplift? And you sit on this app for a little bit of change and clout, and you rip down the image of Black women and the image of Black men. I wish you would get some therapy. Stop scapegoating Black women for whatever trauma or mental illness or whatever. Spend time playing with your pigtails. Keep us out of your mouth because you're not helping a damn thing. And you are destroying the image of Black men.
I want to intervene in that comment real quick. Now, the video she's talking about, I've been looking for it. I can't find it. And I'm not saying again that he hasn't done it. I just can't find it. The only one similar that I found was something about the 4B movement. And that's just about it. So I can play that clip for you and you guys can determine what y'all believe on that situation anyway. But what I will say is she didn't even give the man a chance. She asked him a question. She didn't ask. When he answered the question, she said, "You're lying." Women, y'all gotta learn to just have the conversation. Even Shannon, as much as he wants to make sure everyone gets a voice, was holding his head like, lady, please calm down. She was so overly emotional. She was so emotionally charged. And then the other women was attacking. Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her finish doing what? Berating the man about what he is doing and what he's not doing versus just asking the questions and really getting your point across. You was just insulting the man. That's my take on it. She was just bashing him. She was just telling him what he was and what he wasn't and how he was doing this and how he was doing that. And for somebody to have disrespected black women a lot, as she stated, she didn't have an example. If you really truly want to have a conversation with specific men about specific things, about whatever you want to have it, or women, anybody you speak to, you have to have an example. You can't say, I don't like how you disrespect black women. And then he goes, how do I disrespect black women? And you go, you can look at your page. That's not an answer. You have to have clips. You have to have answers, because if you do have this information to back you, nobody can question you. Now, I'm going to post a clip of what I believe she may have been referring to, but I could be wrong because nobody could provide me the actual clip where he stated it. So here's the clip that I found.
The 4B movement is coming to your town, buddy. Pay attention. Okay, we don't care. What makes you think men care about the birth rate dropping? We're the only ones that have an obligation to financially take care of kids any fucking way. You're really blessing us in disguise. You know what also is going to reduce? Child support and protection, dating, provision. Yo, please, can y'all hurry up? Side note, and my mother told me this, but women typically have children because they want that unconditional love feeling that children give them that they typically don't get from men, because we have to work to provide and protect for y'all ass. You think there's no female loneliness epidemic? Watch this. Men are gonna let the bad men do what they do. We're gonna help you destroy society. And when pandemonium and chaos, purge shit starts to happen, you can't look to men for any type of defense. That's all. And then this prophecy is gonna come into fruition. But notice how it says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. It didn't say shit about us taking hold back. So get on with it. We're ready to see this kingdom fall and the kingdom of heaven to come. Bring 4B, 4C.
So was the question, what is he getting out of that?
Yeah, I mean, he can't.
Even you were like, "What's the question?"
No,
Right.
because I want him.
Yeah, what are you getting out of destroying the image of black men, making black men look like women hating?
Right. Now
Tell
put
me
her
what
on
you're getting out of it.
Put her on mute now, because I feel like that's only fair, right?
Everybody mute up. Everybody mute up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And we gonna disband it after this. Moses, you can leave after this. We good. Well, go ahead.
That's a bet, bro. I just simply asked her the question. She said, "What do you get out of destroying the black woman's image, etc." And I asked her, "What have I said?" And she said, I said that I don't even want to repeat it. I feel like I've never said that before. You can find you go look through all of my, find it where I've ever said that before. Find it.
You lost that account.
Crystal, hold on, wait a second. Y'all.
No, hey, controversial. Let me ask you a question.
Okay, I'm muting. He's a liar, but I'm muting.
Controversial. What she said, I said. Have you ever heard me say that?
Not that specifically, no.
No, even remotely close to that. Have you heard me say that? What was the statement that she said? And then tell me if you've even heard me say anything.
No, I haven't seen a lot of your content. No, I haven't heard that.
You've never heard me say that, right?
Never heard that. No, I've heard you say some disrespectful. Well, in what I perceive to be.
No. Hey,
Yes,
listen,
sir.
Controversial. I'll go with you and say yes. I've said disrespectful things. That's only in response to disrespect. But what she just said, I said. Have you ever heard me say any of that?
No, I haven't heard that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't heard that one.
I appreciate that, bro. Listen, man. When I responded to your content, bro, just because I'm gonna get up out of here. When I respond to anybody's content, I don't have no intent of being, at some odds with the person. I disagree with their stance. I speak a certain way, bro. I speak masculine. I speak heterosexual. I speak assertive. Right? So that means my voice is gonna be loud. It's gonna be bold. It's gonna be strong. You know what I'm saying? And I expect that out of the men that I talk to. You know what I'm saying? The niggas I hang around with, pops, unks, all that, in my actual friend, that's just how they talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to apologize for it, but I'm also going to apologize for how one may feel if it seems brash, bold, rigid, strong, abrasive, or all of those things. I wouldn't do that. But I haven't lied. I don't lie. And I don't tell mistruths on nobody else. And what I've recognized in here is that everybody that, especially the women, well, it's just been the women, because it hasn't been the fellas, except for, I'm not sure about Most Love. I'm not exactly sure how he rock, bro. I talked to him one-on-one, but I doubt he'll show up. But I haven't said any of the things that they've said I've said, and they can't pull none of it up. And I feel like that's odd to me, bro. I feel like it's odd to me that everybody say that, Moses said that. All right, well then, come talk to me about it. Why don't none of them want to come and, have a conversation with, I've been respectful to you, right?
Now, in the clip, you can rewind if you want to, but I want you to look at the women who have video footage of themselves. Specifically, the moderator, Jazz. She's rolling her eyes. She's just irritated and annoyed. And here's the thing. If this is the opportunity to get your point across and to hold somebody accountable, why be childish doing it, right? If he didn't come disrespectfully, there's no point of you giving disrespect back. Should you dislike what they say? Yes, but bring it to the table. Have the conversation. Don't be annoyed by it. Now, the problem is Moses is showing Shannon what red pill and some women, because it's not just red pill that says this, it's a lot of women, including myself, Queen of Accountability, Crimson Cure, Six the Goddess. I can go on and on. It's women who talk about the same things that other women that are doing. Very emotional, very just hot-headed, very, what I say is what I say. It's okay to have an opinion, but you're not capable of having one if you already lost, if you're already disrespecting this man, taking shots at him, calling him this, calling him that, saying what he is, saying what he isn't, instead of saying, hey, I didn't agree with the opinion of you stating this about black women, and have the cross-reference for it to hold him to the fire. If you don't have those two things, whether he said it or not, you don't have any proof of it. So you're just talking. And same with him. But one thing I can say, I searched his name and I could not find that video. So they're saying that he scrubbed it off the face of the internet. I've never seen that happen before. You have to be a really, 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 I don't know how you do that. So usually when somebody has something on the internet, somebody can obtain it or somebody got it in receipts. Usually it's somewhere to be found because somebody stitched the video, whether Twitter banned the account or not, they still have the stitch of the video. So I don't understand why it's so difficult to have some sort of proof of what this man has been saying about black women. And I went all through his comment, and he had smoke for a lot of people for a lot of different conversations, and it just wasn't just black women. So me looking at that, I'm like, okay, you got to show proof. You can't just say stuff and we believe you. That's just not how society works. That's crazy. I want y'all to pay attention to the women's demeanor and their attitude, because their attitude towards this man, Moses, regardless of what proof, what they were trying to prove, they turned on Shannon, which was wild. I'm telling you, when I stepped in this live, I did not expect to see that. But y'all stay tuned. Check this out.
I ain't called you out your name. I ain't disrespected your wife. All the shit that you said and they said and I did, ain't none of that happened because ain't none of y'all done that to me yet. So ain't none of that happening here right now. Right now, ain't none of that happened. But for some reason, they had that made up in their mind, and that's because they've seen me at what my elders would call my worst. I call it my defense. I ain't gonna call it my worst. And by defense, I mean, if you disrespect me, then yeah, man, I'm gonna get outside. I'm gonna disrespect you. I'm gonna disrespect your kids, your wife, your dog, your turtle, all that shit. And so what? Don't call me no shit. I won't call you no shit. Don't disrespect me. I won't disrespect you. Don't call me no names. I won't call you none. I get on people topics of conversation. And that's what I address. Go back and look at all the videos. They still up. Whatever video on my page or any other page, go look it up right now. Go look it up right now. Page of my shit ain't on private. Ain't never been. No page that I got. MTPU band, Moses the Mighty, and Moses the Powerful. Go look all of them up right now.
Okay.
Ain't no video. Ain't no.
Can I rebuttal?
Hold on, bro. Let me, because I'm finna get up out of here. You can rebuttal all you want to. I promise.
You brought my name up.
You can go, man. You can go look at all of that, bro. I don't disrespect people. I address their statements. Sometimes, like I said, the way I speak, bro, my fault, bro.
Okay, so let me ask one question before you leave.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
This is my last one, and then like you can address it when you had your conversation with. And I'm not even go. I understand you may not have said it, but the context did get people looking at you as I can't say it, a creditor. If you feel me?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, just ask me the question, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
The comment about staring at the 13-year-old comment.
The 14-year-old?
14-year-old.
What was the comment I made?
Comment was staring at a 14-year-old, or if the context was grape of a 13-year-old, because that's what you.
Excuse me, what was the comment I made?
The comment said there's nothing wrong with staring at a 13-year-old, and then you also made another one.
Wait, stop right.
You gotta be kidding me.
We'll address them one at a time. First of all, that is never what I said. I addressed a legal argument. I said it's not. I'll tell you what I said, bro. I remember because I repeated this.
I know because they addressed it.
Hey, hold on.
I'm gonna let you talk. I just need to. I know because you was arguing a legal standpoint. They was arguing morality.
Right here, but why did you just say the first part then? Why did you just say the thing that I said was something other than a legal argument? Why did you just say that?
Because I was about to go into details that you were arguing.
Tell me what I said.
They were arguing it from a morale standpoint. That I was.
Wait.
I was literally finna be. I was literally finna be. I was finna be honest. I was literally finna be honest.
All right. We just talked.
You didn't let me finish.
You're right. All right.
You didn't let me finish.
You're right. That's my fault, bro. Go ahead.
You were arguing legality. Even Esau in his live said, I'm not arguing legality. I'm arguing the moral standpoint. And Shelley said the fucking same thing.
What did I say in those statements? What did I say when it came to morality? What did I say?
I think you said it's subjective.
Nope.
I don't remember the whole context, but I do know.
I'm going to give you verbatim what I said. I said it's a psychological disposition and a mental disorder. It's a sickness. I said that. That has been my verbiage ever since when it came to the moral side of the argument. But when it came to the legal side of the argument, I said that it it is not illegal to look, stare, fantasize, or leer at anything or anybody, including a minor. Is that true? Is it true? Controversial. Don't come on, bro. Look at me in my face and tell me if it's true. Yeah.
It's true,
Yeah.
but it should be said.
No, bro. Hey, bro. Is it true?
The legal
Is it
Cannibalism isn't illegal in a handful of states.
Controversial. Is it true?
It's true, but I wouldn't say.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
I just wouldn't have said it.
Appreciate it. I don't get. Hey, look, and I agree with you.
I got. You don't gotta argue it.
Controversial.
You don't gotta argue it.
I'm going to you with that.
You don't gotta argue it.
I'll go into you with that even. You said that you wouldn't have said it. I understand that, bro. I understand that's not what you would have done.
I got you.
That's what I would have done, though, because I feel like hold on, let me just finish, bro. Because I feel like the truth is always worthy to be stood on, regardless of how uncomfortable it makes motherfuckers feel.
Got you.
That's how I feel.
Okay, so I did find the comments that he was going back and forth about the talking points for looking at an underage person or whatever. And he was speaking from a legal standpoint. I'm going to post the clips because facts matter.
Is a 13-year-old a child, yes or no?
The answer is no, not
okay, so
Did y'all hear it? Go back and listen to the end of this stitch very closely. He said, is a 13-year-old a child? I said the answer is no, not adhesive, and then he cut me off. Because he knows the next words out of my mouth are going to be not adhesive to the stages of development. And there it is, adolescent, ages 13 to 18. Thought he ate. And this is exactly why he had to mute my mic and tell me to stop talking. If he had let me get that argument out, his whole shit done. See, he wanted to make the argument about the legal age of majority, but I wasn't talking about the legal age of majority. See, a young human being below the age of puberty or below the legal age of majority. He wanted to spend the entire life trying to tell me what I meant by my usage of the word child. And the reason I was talking about the legal age of development is because that's when the physical body starts to change and resemble that of an adult. So if an adult looks, stares, leers, or fantasizes at somebody that looks like an adult, that's natural. Literally, my only point in the live, literally what he's been trying to repaint this entire time.
I got you.
That's how it makes people
And that's
look.
what my God told me. So that's what I stood on. And I didn't lie, and I still stand on it today.
Got you.
All right, bro.
All right.
Fuck with you.
What?
Ooh, she mad. Listen, when you're trying to make a point, you cannot get emotionally triggered to where there cannot be a conversation. And my irritation with Jazz is she didn't have the conversation with them. She said she had nothing to say to him. So if you had nothing to say to him, the opportunity to hold him under the fire, you decided to let go. You could have had that conversation. You didn't want to have the conversation, so he had the conversation with Shannon. Even the gentleman below, Most Love, he also said he had nothing to say to Moses. So the opportunity you had to have a conversation with this man, you forfeited because you guys are upset. And that's the point. If you want to hold the man accountable, hold the man accountable. But make sure you bring facts, because if you don't have the proof, he can say anything. Anybody can say anything without proof, right? So have the proof and then have that conversation. But this is where it turns pretty bad for Shannon. They was not happy with him. Let's go.
What?
I'm gonna be so real right now, and I'm trying very, very, very hard right now. I really am.
Hold on. Go ahead.
I'm really fucking annoyed about this entire conversation. Extremely annoyed. I'm annoyed at how long it was entertained. I'm annoyed that it happened in the first fucking place because people like him do not deserve a platform.
I'm sorry, I had to cut that part off because it's like, how dare you? Who are you to tell this grown man what he can and cannot have on his platform and what you're annoyed about? Like, you this man's wife. Like, why do you feel like you're in the position to have that? I'm annoyed on how long it took. I'm annoyed he was even able to have a platform. You could have left if you did not like what was going on, because it's not your platform. It's his platform. If you didn't want him on your stuff, that's fine. I see people all the time invite people that I agree with or I don't agree with to their panel, and I decide not to engage. Why? Because it's their panel. It's their stuff. I don't go on other people's platforms telling them what they need to do and how they need to do it. That's entitlement. That's a little too much. That's moving a little too fast for me. But let's finish this.
I don't give a single shit what the point of it was. People like him do not deserve a voice. People like him are dangerous. People like him who spout the rhetoric that he spouts, and it is plain as day. He has multiple videos for people to see exactly what he thinks. There is nothing to gain a perspective about. So it is highly disrespectful to let somebody like that sit on this panel, not only fucking disrespecting women again and again and again, but not even giving you the respect as the host to fucking speak, or anyone else. He came up here with the expectation of running shit, and it kind of looked like he was.
Now, all I hear is, just because you didn't do what I wanted you to do, I'm upset. This man should have never came on here because I said so. I don't like the things he say. I don't like the things he do. And you had him on here anyway, running your stuff. Well, is he running it or are you running it, ma'am? Because you really, really going in. You see how angry she is? And mind you, this is a man, the one she's referring to is a man she does not know, right? And we hear and see things. There's a lot of people on social media that I do not agree with at all. Trust me. But I don't go after those people who don't come after me, right? So she allowed that man Moses to get her to the point to where she's coming for somebody that she supports and that they in turn support her. And it's almost like they're turning on him because Shannon didn't do what they wanted him to do. Because in their mind, as soon as he got on the panel, Shannon should have cussed him out. That's what I'm receiving from the message. And she's trying to talk like she's calm and she's trying to talk like she has sense, but she's spiraling. Let's continue.
And I'm going to be real about that. That's how it felt. That's how it looked. And I'm not with the bullshit.
Gotcha.
If it wasn't for the respect that I have for you, Shannon, I would have fucking bowed out and probably would have never came back here again.
And to me, her even saying that tells me she does not respect him. She only respects him as long as he agrees with her. Respect is respect. And if you truly respected him, if it did upset you to the point to where you didn't want to be there, you should have just left and removed yourself. Shannon wouldn't have been upset by that. By all means, you can do what you want to do. But now you berating this man and telling him how you are annoyed and all this other stuff like he your man. And it's very weird. I see why her life is the way it is, because she has a very, very angry spirit, in my opinion.
This shit is fucking ridiculous. And it is tragic that he thinks that his opinion matters enough where he sat up here and acted the way he did and said the shit he said. He does not deserve a platform. The nigga deserves a psychiatrist and a muzzle. And that's generous.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's what.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you talk. But yeah, nah, we're not gonna go for that because I was being mature, very candid, and I wanted that conversation. Nigga wasn't running nothing. Like I interrupt, he interrupt. There was constant interrupt. Hold on, Moses, chill out, Moses. Hold on, wait a minute, let me answer. Blah blah blah. Everybody was interrupting. Every single person. So the respect, the candid, all that stuff was there. So I'm not like I needed that conversation for myself. I'm not backing down from that. That's dumb. That nigga wanted to come up and have a conversation with me. Let's get it. And he dropped the second time because y'all kept muting the goddamn nigga because he couldn't talk. So
should be muted.
This whole talking over.
Look at her mad, interrupting. He should be muted. You don't even respect this man to even see his side on why he doing what he doing. This is nobody on this panel's platform but Controversial Shannon's. But these women feel like they can tell him how to run his program. But it gets worse, y'all.
People, and that's what happens a lot of times.
He was the main one talking over everybody, though, which is why he was getting muted.
So when it came to me, right?
He got muted when he was talking over you, and he got muted when he was talking over other people.
When it came to me, I wanted to have that conversation since he came up here. That showed me he's not a coward, right? That show me that you at least go stand on business and not be a punk, not be over there gaslighting and saying some shit about me. At least you'll come over here and fucking have a fucking conversation as a man to man. Like what the fuck? Like we gonna talk about it. Like niggas have a conversation. Let's go back and forth.
Are you aware that this?
I didn't take no disrespect. Now the things he was saying about women, I was coming like nigga, that's fucking weird. Like nigga, that's weird. Anybody can play that shit back. Like even if he wasn't even saying nothing. This whole idea that Moses running shit like that, I can't stand when people do that. But I'm letting a person talk. Every time is not gonna be fucking.
It wasn't about that. I'm not saying that he was running the panel. I said that he clearly felt like he was, because he wasn't letting you speak. He was talking over everybody else here. He was talking. You might as well go ahead and drop in. Like, what the fuck is that about? And also, I'm sorry, but there's nothing manly about him. Nope. Absolutely nothing. He came up here to talk to you. Hold on. He came up here to talk to you because he wanted the clout. There's how many people on this
Moses
this shit
got
tonight? Any of the
goddamn pages.
I don't get exactly. So he needs to rack the shit back up, right? On top of that, this is a man who has hosted how many panels, how many posts, how many reels centering women, focusing and harassing and bullying women that disagreed with him. This whole, I respond when I'm disrespected. No, the fuck you do not. You don't like when women disagree with you. You proved it right here. Literally the other day, this nigga hopped up on a panel of a mutual of ours, and I simply said, if this is who I think it is, because I wasn't sure if it was him, he got 1,000 damn pages. I said, if this is who I think it is, I'm not answering any of your questions. I do not wish to speak to you. He went on like, well, I guess I don't want to talk to you, and I don't want to talk to you. He just started acting sassy as shit and crashing out because I said I don't want to speak to him. That's not how a man acts. That's not a normal response from a man.
1 minute we supposed to talk to, so like I needed to talk to that was for me. I didn't have to come with him with the energy of fuck you bitch ass nigga. No, nigga, I want to like let's have a conversation. You got some problems, nigga, address me. And he started off addressing, oh, I think this is pain. Well, then tell me why. I don't understand that. So no, I didn't have to come with him with the energy about fuck that, fuck you and all that. Not nigga talk to, I want to have that conversation. Since you want to say all this stuff on the other side and then you threw them goddamn shots. Talk, nigga. Talk. And let's address it.
Can I say I think
real quick?
Y'all be talking about
Shannon handled it well.
Y'all be talking about don't platform nobody and all this. No, fuck that.
No, Shannon, I think you handled it well. The reason that people are drawn to your channel is because you treat Black people like people. You treated him like a person. You treated him with respect because you treat people with respect. More respect than he deserved, but that's why people come to your platform.
And I believe what she's saying in this moment is very correct. And they should have just left it like at that. But that wasn't enough.
You know, and that's what he does on panels. In my experience, he doesn't come at men aggressively. He comes at women. And so, you know, of course, he played Mr. Nice Guy for you. I have complete confidence in your intellect that you could see through it. People just get tired of hearing him talk, because if you've seen him through all of his different accounts, you've seen so much vicious, nasty content that to see him come up and pretend he's a normal person is, you know, it's a little bit grating. So but I don't think you handled it that way.
So let me say this. Either way, I take a L, because this the bullshit here. If I start off cussing him out, I lose. Point blank period. If I come with the energy, I lose. Oh, that nigga can't have a civil conversation with a man. I fucking lose. But if I meet
you didn't lose. You handled it well.
If I meet the nigga with grace and have a conversation a little bit and try to have a conversation with the nigga about me and his personal problem, I still lose.
You don't lose though. People are frustrated.
That doesn't make any sense.
Like, it's not about winning or losing in my opinion.
People are frustrated with him.
That literally is what it's about, because no matter how some of these women that follow me feel, or men who follow me feel, right? They gonna say I didn't come with the same energy. For what? This how Rick the Ruler got in the fucking in the shit, because they wanted him to go at fucking Kev about some dumb shit. No. I'm going to have a conversation with the nigga, and this was personal.
Fan of the Bureau of the 14, right? For a minute, I was like, who's Whose
Yeah.
balls does he have in his hand? Because it was almost like the video was scrubbed. But a friend of mine still has it to show you how he like. There's a difference between, again, I got to the, most people understand arguing the point about morality versus what is considered law, right? And a lot of laws are still very fluid in what they represent. Because don't we have laws monitoring what happens with women's wombs, right?
So I wanted to post that little clip of her because I'm not going to play the whole thing because I'm telling you, this live went for hours. They basically was going in on Shannon, trying to explain to him what type of person Moses is, not understanding that their energy and their anger was misguided enough to turn against somebody that is trying to support and get a conversation going to where people have an understanding on both sides. It was totally negated because they wanted to drive home to Shannon that the person that Moses tried to betray is not the person he is. He's a liar. He remakes himself. He reinvents himself all the time. Now, you have to prove that. And she said her friend had the video, but I still have not seen the video. So it's hard for me to go off of. I can only go off of what I see. I can't go off of what somebody says. That's not fair. So when you know this, you have to do this. But my issue is it turned out to an hour long of basically, and what I took from it, as they're explaining to him that he's wrong for having him even on the platform, period. So this next lady comes in and she disrespects Shannon. She calls him out of his name. And let me tell you, not one person that is supposed to be his moderators, not one moderator came to this man's defense. They just let him have it. And the reason why they let him have it and they let that woman disrespect that man like that is because they felt the same way, which only proves the point. As long as you agree with the woman, she has all the respect for you in the world. The second you don't agree, whatever happens to you happens to you. That's not respect. That's something else. So that's basically what they showed me through this whole interaction. I'm just stepping in, looking in, minding my own business. Now, the lady at the end, which was none of his moderators, checked the whole thing. And of course, there was women in the comments like, I don't care. She ain't gonna check me. And da. But it needed to be said because this behavior was embarrassing. Let's get into it.
Tired of it's like him. They're tired of this bullshit, right? And on the flip side, I appreciate, from my viewpoint, being able to see so many people like, can you go back to the dungeon, boomer? We don't care about anything you have to fucking say. The shit that you're doing, it makes no sense and needs to die out. Like, I'm watching that in real time. So I'm of the split mind. To see him makes the back of my ear itch because, that's where infections can start for people. It's just like watching the fungus start to climb up the goddamn wall. And on the other hand, I'm seeing the youth, I'm seeing the younger persons coming onto this app who are just like, let me go ahead and eradicate this real quick and keep it pushing. He doesn't matter in the way that he used to, especially with this vitriol and the way he's trying to evolve, like she said. I appreciate that. I absolutely do. But seeing him up here, it made my phone want to shut off. I promise you. It was like I got a new ass phone and it wanted to overheat and just stop the whole viewership of everything I was viewing. Ew.
That nigga gonna die alone.
Okay, can I say something now?
Go ahead.
I watch you because you take up for women. It's so many black men that get on here and make it their day to destroy us every day, talk down on us. But when he came up here, the same men that you talk about every day, he came up here and he said he didn't have a problem with you and you didn't have no smoke for him. That was this was the time today to come at him the way he come at women all the time.
Did I respond?
But you didn't have that smoke for him.
Did I respond with the words? I don't have no smoke.
You let him lie. You know damn well that man was lying.
So, ma'am,
you didn't speak up. You didn't speak up for women like you speak up for women all the time when they not here.
Let me ask a question. Did I respond with the words, I don't have any smoke for you?
You let him say, oh, I don't have no problem with you. You know he don't got no problem with you. He got problem with women.
He does have.
That's why you come. That's why you come on here every day and you defend us, right?
Big K, he does have a problem with me because we have a history before y'all even started following me. This go back 3 years ago when I lost my first page and we never got a one-on-one. So I said this was for me.
Okay, but then he said he didn't have no smoke for you. Then you should have told him you got smoke for him because he got smoke for women.
No, we're gonna have a conversation.
He got smoke for women. But now I understand why you say, well, I don't call myself the good guy. Now I understand why you say
gotcha. So that was
because it was time for you to be the good guy.
Gotcha.
And you wasn't.
I understood, yeah, because I didn't do things the way you wanted. Gotcha. So at the same time, I said I was going to.
You disappointed me. I'm disappointed.
Okay. I didn't have to respond to Moses the way you want me to respond to Moses because I said that conversation was for me.
You didn't respond to him at all. That was
I literally did. It was a whole.
You didn't have to cuss him out. You didn't have to use cuss words.
Literally was having.
You could have at least stood up. You sat down and you put your head down and tucked your tail.
This is beautiful. Literally was having a conversation. What has tucked my tail? Gotcha. So literally was having a conversation with Moses because I wanted a conversation with Moses because we have a little run in back and forth. Now that's tucking your tail. Gotcha. So when things were getting in the live, me saying I don't agree, actually when he asked about your hair, and I said I don't believe in, a woman wearing weave is automatically rebellion and stuff like that. Having a conversation. That's a conversation. I didn't have to respond the way I don't have to respond the way that you wanted me to, man. You do know that, right?
I know you don't have to respond. You could have respond. You did not respond.
I responded by having.
You let that man lie. You know he was lying the whole time. You could have.
Lie about what? When the dude asked me specifically,
you let him manipulate the viewers.
He did not manipulate.
Some people that don't even know what's going on.
He did not manipulate.
You let him look like the good guy up here on your panel.
Nobody let
yes,
him.
You did. Yes, you did. Because you could have caught him on his bullshit.
Gotcha. No, don't tell her to relax, y'all. Let her vent. So with the same thing, right? I didn't let him look like anything. Y'all are taking it that way because I did address him. But if I was to come in raw when I said I wanted a conversation because it was personal, right?
We at this point we just can't trust none of you men.
I got you.
Because when you come face to face with certain men, you pick your battles.
Got you. Yeah.
You pick and choose your battles. I guess that must have been your biggest one.
Face
that was gonna really challenge you, and you tucked your tail. And now
don't trust.
You didn't have no smoke for him. This is the same people that
he said he didn't have smoke
come for every day, and finally they on your panel. And this is one of the biggest ones.
Gotcha. Okay,
so you ain't have shit to say to him. You let him lie and then let him go on his way. That motherfucker need to be silenced.
And how am I supposed to? You want me to?
He don't need no platform. You allowed him to manipulate the viewers.
So y'all
and let him look like something that he's not.
Got you. So y'all who don't want to follow me no more, follow this woman and let her speak up on women's behalf. Right? Leave. Because if you're on that type of energy, bye. That's dumb. Nobody manipulated anybody. So with that being said, I was trying.
You know who he manipulated.
Gotcha. So
if I could really quickly,
since I tucked my that's fine. Since I tucked my tail, right? Go untuck your tail, and you gon' cuss out those men. You have a conversation with those men. You go talk to Anton Daniels. You go talk to O'Shea Duke Jackson. You go talk to those problematic men, okay? Get on your high girl horse.
You think I don't? You think I don't?
No, I guarantee you, I can't find a video.
Do you know who the fuck I am? Yes, I do. I always do.
I don't know.
Hey, that same person, Moses, he blocked me. Because I've been caught his pedophile ass out.
I literally
he blocked me.
Don't know who the fuck you are. I literally don't know who.
Well, bitch, look me up with your bitch ass.
Got you. That's
you
okay.
Disappointed me.
I'm so glad. I'm glad I disappointed you, fam.
No, listen.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I want to
anybody who's on that energy, right? Thank you. Unfollow me. Anybody.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
I gotta say that because even my wife will come in and be like, "Y'all got to fucking go." Any woman, any man who is on that type of shit, bye. Get the fuck out. Like if you can't handle me having a goddamn conversation with a person like that, and that woman come up here and call with your bitch ass and all that stuff, it's all good until it ain't good. So problematic women like that, bye.
Now, what's important to note is the woman that is the moderator who is about to speak right now. She is trying to calm Shannon down. Her way of defending Shannon is telling her that she didn't agree with how she said it, but she understood where she was coming from, taking away the accountability of the disrespect. And this is how women do it. This is how I see a lot of these hyenas out here doing it with the collective, because that was uncalled for. It was disrespectful. The mods should have dropped them because they wanted or muted her. They did it quick with Moses, didn't they? So they should have gave her the same energy if they really respected this man. I don't believe they respect this man. I believe they're using this man because of the talking points and the beliefs that he has for their own benefit. And the second that they don't do it the way he want him to do it, they ready to cut the deck. Let's go.
Shannon. So I'm gonna be respectful with it. I can understand why she pushed the way that she did, because the energy that she was having for you, I feel it was misplaced, or she didn't get a chance to speak to Moses, was something that she expected from you. So on one hand, I can understand what you're talking about. You wanted to have that conversation. I think it's one of the times that you need to communicate with your panel. I want to have a conversation with this nigga right here for me. It's probably not going to be something that y'all like, but I want to do this for us as part of having us. We can be warriors. We can be the ones who are spectators, as opposed to people who are in the panel who feel like they might be able to be participants. As far as that man is concerned, he was able to reshape his ideology for the newer people that come as if he's reasonable. Like the woman said beforehand who had dropped, that he's something that he's not. And that is an issue. I only wanted to bring up to you personally. Do you remember when I first said, you know what, you got it, I'm going about my business because of the persons that you brought up when I was in a particular panel? Now, you don't owe it to me as being someone in your panel. One, I would have liked a heads up, because the person that you brought up there, what is that, Lower Water, whoever, I ain't got nothing to say for him, because it is soft touch misogyny with that dude. He'll start off with a soft dosage on how you doing, sister, and then proceed to say all the sort of shit about how we shouldn't have autonomy, we should be doing the this, right? And I was just like, it's not only the manner that you did not prepare somebody. It is the fact that you
was coming in.
Listen. But that you did not listen to us about certain things and persons. Now,
see, even still, I feel like they are supporting the woman and being very disrespectful to the point where that woman felt comfortable enough to come back and double down. I'm about to play the clip and then I'm going to wrap it up. If y'all want to see a part 2, because it's so much, y'all let me know. But to the point where this man was able to, this woman was able to come back on the panel and double down. And you hear how she said, I can understand. Ain't no understanding. There's a lot of women in the comments. Yes, sis, get him, let him know. Nobody on his side. And this is from them disliking the people that he has on the panel. And from the look of Shannon, he looks very just drained. He looks extremely drained. This is, in my opinion, really unfair. But I know there's a lot of men who's going to say, well, that's what he get. Okay? Because you should know a black woman from a hyena. I know hyenas just, they hide. But they eventually show who they are. Let's finish and wrap this up. And then y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Not here to defend himself. Fuck all that. I'm probably going to end up going to, what's her name, live. Oh my God! Wait, ma'am, wait. After you just cussed me out, you want to come back on? That's fine. Let me let Big K go ahead, man.
Yeah. Okay. I had to come up here because somebody muted me in the comments, but I would like to say we don't need us as black women. I'm gonna speak for black women. I'm gonna speak for the strong ones. We don't need a man like you speaking for us. You can change your content.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like literally, like no. I'm sorry. I can't hold it. Shut the fuck up. Like literally, go do your own fucking platform. Go speak up for women, right? Because at the same time, what I'm doing over here, right, is calling out my community of men. I'm addressing men. So how about you go speak to women, or you go address those people? Get the fuck out of here.
Shannon.
No. Time out. I do this because I want to. I do this because it's a need for a fucking man to check a man. I do this because I'm tired of fucking women getting unalive and shit. I do this because I came out the womb of a black woman. I do this because I'm tired of women getting called everything, a fucking hyena. I do this because I'm married to a fucking black woman. So how about you shut the fuck up?
Shannon.
No, nature. No, sometimes you gotta keep it real. I don't care if somebody.
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
I don't care if somebody clips it, because
that's not my point. My point is, listen. Listen.
You say it.
No, it doesn't, because you didn't have that sort of energy for somebody that was as disrespectful as Moses was to you and every other black person. No, you didn't.
But I've always been disrespectful to a lot of men, and always.
But listen to what I'm saying. Okay, I am not coming at you about you ain't got any reason to feel the way that you do.
Throw a lot of shots at me.
I'm not. Listen. Okay. I'm not saying you ain't got the right to feel the way you want, and I'm not agreeing what the sister did and how she did it. What I'm saying is, look at what somebody clips it or anything. Take a second, because this right here was someone disagreeing with you and saying what she had to say. That energy, do you think it might not be a transference from the person who should have gotten some of that or possibly may have deserved that more so than her? I am not saying that. I'm not pushing back against.
You know what trips me out about what this woman is saying? She is saying that he should have had more smoke to a man who didn't come on here and call him a bitch and all types of stuff. He was supposed to have more smoke to the women, to the man who they felt disrespect black women, not to the black woman who came on here cussing him out. Since he didn't have that smoke for Moses, he shouldn't have that smoke for her. Ain't that wild? That's what I perceive it to be as. And they're telling him, you're not allowed to be upset. She has every right to cuss you out. You can feel how you want to feel, but you're not going to disrespect her. I think it's crazy how they taking up for the woman they ain't never met in their life, cussing this man out. And this man is somebody they've been, quote unquote, supporting for the longest. This is wild, y'all.
How she feels. I don't like the way that she articulated it to you in any way, shape, or form. That being said, but do you see the comparison between the two? You had that whole ass man that if he had his way, oh my God, for black women.
No, I don't, because after all the men 3 years show it. Oh man, the back and.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know what the hell she's trying to convey, because I'm pretty sure if Moses came on here and start calling him disrespectful names and calling him out of his name, Shannon would have been with it. But he didn't do that. So you're expecting him to go after Moses for something he didn't do versus a woman who actually did it. He got to be soft on. I don't get that. I don't care how much she say she don't care for how she did it or whatever. That's a bunch of malarkey, honey.
Fuck with Omega show it. The disrespect with Loa shows it. The disrespect going in with Saw show it. The disrespect going in with Adrian show it. Shit. I mean, I got multiple, like the disrespect towards this nigga, the disrespect, wrong background. The disrespect towards a lot of these men show it. But the one time where I want to have a conversation for myself, the disrespect towards this nigga show, all that shit show it, calling these niggas out publicly. At the end of the day, right? Don't tell me to change what the fuck I'm doing. Cause ma'am, you ain't gotta be over here to listen to it. And what I'm finna do is continue addressing the problematic men so that maybe they'll fucking change their heart. If you wanna start your own goddamn platform, right? Start your own platform, grow. Because that's another thing that's going on. And I'm not gonna bring another person into it, but it's another thing that's going on. A lot of y'all jealous. It's some women that done called me out. I'm not gonna say her name, right?
Listen, I seen another woman come for Shannon because he liked and reposted a video of hers, and she said she acknowledged him, and she normally don't acknowledge black men, but he didn't respond to her, and she started cussing him out and disrespecting him because he didn't respond to her. Listen, I'm not saying what Controversial Shannon is doing is wrong. I'm not saying what he's doing is right. But what I am saying, there is a difference between black men and black women versus hyenas and incels. You gotta know. You know. And that's the point that we're trying to make. A lot of the talking points, like the what's his name, Marvin, as many black men as I see him check him, especially Tariq Nasheed, in his ice. Okay? Black man versus incel. Okay? Y'all got to know the difference. It's okay to defend black women, but make sure it's black women and not these hyenas. And I'm really disappointed on how these women just allowed that woman to jump on here and say that.
And I do think, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably not gonna say nothing else for the rest of the night. To be honest with you, I think optics was the biggest issue from literally from beginning to the end of today. Like, I fucks with you, Shannon. I don't have to say that. So I also care about your image, and like tonight was hard. Like it really was hard for a lot of reasons. The bullshit that just happened aside, I don't really know too much about that. I just think that the triangulation word probably triggered that.
I can understand that.
But even tying into all that leading up to this, there were a lot of things that were mishandled tonight that could have went a completely different direction. The energy, the different energies that were given to somebody who, did not deserve a space tonight, despite what the purpose was frustrating to me. And especially because that person didn't take accountability for the initiation of the conversation. That fucked with me a lot, because it's like, okay, now that we seeing that this nigga ain't gonna say what needs to be said, all right, now we need to start giving him that energy. And it just felt like waiting and it didn't happen. And then it turned into it felt like there was this safe space created for him when we know damn well he would never do the same for anybody else. So that frustrated me as well. So again, I cared about how that makes you look, because literally I expected everything that happened after this to happen, from everybody coming up here and speaking their grievances and now having a negative view on, and fuck it, you are who you are, you know who you are. So I'm not saying that you should, change everything and care about what everybody thinks of you, but these things, it's the with great power comes great responsibility thing. That's exactly what this is. This is what it dominoed effect into, essentially. There was an expectation that wasn't met tonight, because people that hold you to this standard because of who you are naturally, because of who you are on a daily, and because they didn't see the same kind of motion. That's what caused today, and that was hard for me to watch. It was hard for me to hear. And, I think tonight was just a lesson, moving forward. I try to be as consistent as possible, and I have my days when I try to reason with people. I understand the need to want to do that. I do. But today just really wasn't it. It wasn't. And, it is what it is. I just wanted to make it clear and say my piece that my frustrations were very high, and they still are a little bit. But I wanted to make it clear that it's not me saying that I feel like you weren't being you. I feel like it could have gone entirely differently, and I feel like it should have gone entirely differently. I was just disappointed in the execution more than anything. That's what that was for me. So
I can understand that.
Love is still there, and I feel like, from the rip, the fact that I don't give a fuck if he meant I fuck your wife or I'll fuck your wife or fuck her. I don't give a damn what kind of fuck he was talking about. I don't give a damn. To me, The shit was just, it wasn't cool from the rip. There was nothing to clarify. The energy was there. There was no apology. There was no remorse in what he said. There was no even real acknowledgement. It was just typical narcissistic talking points. I literally felt like I was listening to my son's father speak. And that was triggering as fuck to me.
Now I know y'all heard that. I know y'all heard that. I thought I was listening to my son's father speak, and that was very triggering to me. Girl, go sit on somebody's couch. Go sit on somebody's couch, because for your baby daddy to have a hold on you like that, and your baby is, what they say, how old her baby was, 8, 11. Your baby's up in age, regardless of the fact that man should not have that power over you. So it's not even Moses who has the power over you. It's your baby daddy who has that power over you. And don't get me wrong. We know sometimes you can have a baby with somebody you probably 9 times out of 10 shouldn't have had a baby with in the first place. But the fact that that man, whoever he is, can spark something within you to where you're this triggered means you got to fix that, boo. You got to fix that, because you got misplaced anger from people who are really trying to help you and represent you, and you turning against them because you still hurt. You ain't healed that yet. And you can't walk around like that and bleed on people. That's not our fault. That's not us that dealt with it. Now, trust me, I can't say I've been in the same situation, but I've been in a situation where I 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10 shouldn't have had kids with somebody that I shouldn't have had kids with. But that's on me. But to bleed it on everybody, unacceptable. You got to go heal that. You got to go fix that, because that ain't nobody problem but your own. You got to make terms with that. Because your baby daddy ain't even in the room. Like, at this point, I wouldn't even know you had a baby daddy had you not said it. And for you to just say it like that, like, it was just so triggered for me. I felt like I was talking to my son's father. Girl, that's too much power to give anybody. I don't care who they are. Baby daddy, your cousin, your sister, your auntie. That's too much power to give anybody, for them to have that much of a hold over you to where it can shut you down mentally. And this is what I be telling women who be trying to go back and forth with their baby daddies and try to go rah and get angry and all. It don't help nobody. The only thing that anger helps is raising your blood pressure. And for this man to be able to do that, and he's nowhere around, and we don't know who he is, we only know his existence through you, you got to check that, boo. But let's continue.
Because not one time did he say, you know what, I could have did that better. Or, you know what, I was dead ass wrong for that. It was the typical, this is what narcissists do. They mold themselves, especially to people who are not familiar with their rhetoric and their shit. The first thing they're going to do is defend their character, even though there's all this other proof in the background. You have this history. We know exactly who you are. We know what your intentions are. We know what you mean, even though you're not saying it directly. He wanted to create the facade that he was being approachable and that he was being rational to an extent, and that he was somewhat misunderstood.
For that, I want to say I'm sorry. You got some energy from me that I probably should have gave to another man. So if you're still here watching, I apologize. To any black woman that wants to leave, you can leave. I'm not offended by that. To anybody who didn't like the way I orchestrate the panel, I can't really fix that. It's over with. We'll be here tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, Monday. However, it's all love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I deserve the cuss words, but it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? But and Moses, if you still like,
no. What are you calling him, like Voldemort? Oh Lord.
To the one who departed the Red Sea. we can set some up on DD Live, and me and you can we can have a actual conversation. No mods, me and you. We won't do it on my platform. I'll go somewhere else.
Miss Moss hasn't spoken yet. Miss Moss.
I'm so sorry, boss. She probably sleep. I ain't gonna lie to you. She probably sleep. Anyway, it was fun. This is very interesting. Still gonna be back at it on Monday. If y'all don't follow my co-host Jazz, this would be a good time to follow. If y'all don't follow Jay, he's a very educated brother. Y'all should probably follow him. Follow my mod, Know Your Nature. Follow him. And other than that, we'll be back at it on Monday. Probably not gonna be any content dropped on YouTube or on TikTok. I will be with my wife. Chilling out this weekend. But if I have time.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank God. Okay, goodness. I just wanted to tell you, Mr. Shannon, you did absolutely nothing wrong. That whole conversation, you sat there, you allowed him to sit there and say the most ridiculous crap I've ever heard in my life. And respectfully, as a man, you let him get all that BS out. And I have no clue why you women actually... I'm going to speak to my women because clearly you didn't even read the caption that he put in this message. It says, Black men blame Black women for everything. How am I pandering? And somehow you sat there and attacked him at the end of the night, all because he wanted to be respectful. Now, isn't that a shame? Isn't that a shame? I watched this live since the beginning all the way to the end, and I have no clue how this got turned on to him. No clue at all. And y'all coming up on this chat want to have a long conversation about nothing that is even dealing with you. He's sitting here just trying to protect. Okay? So how about y'all sit with that? Actually, matter of fact, I'm going to give you some wisdom today. How about you look in the mirror when you wake up and you maybe should say something very positive to yourself and hold some type of accountability for the position that you are in, which is okay. We all have failures and we all can have something to learn from. Then I need you to please touch some grass and some sunlight. Sunlight and grass and maybe a book. A book would be absolutely wonderful for you. For how dare you come on his live and trying to sit here like come for this man, for his throat. To the point, and then to Miss, I think it was Ashley or something. You didn't have the same energy for me. You're tired. You look tired. Ma'am, did you not look at the time, what it is right now? It's 3:00 in the morning where I am. And you trying to tell somebody's tired? Baby, we been tired. Okay? So how about you listen to that and go to bed? You might need a cold sheet or something. Maybe some cold water. Stop drinking that Diet Coke or whatever. And let that man sleep peacefully at night. You sitting there having an argument about shit don't even matter. He just was being silent and let that man speak bullshit, which is fine because at the end of the day, he just said, you know what, whatever. You can have your space, but it ain't gonna be here no more. Over shit that was years ago. And you don't even know the situation that man said about his wife. But, I mean, everybody doesn't want to listen. How about you shut up and listen for once? So I'll let you go to bed. And I'll let y'all have a great night.
Baby, when I tell you that deserved a round of applause. She read each and every single one of them hyenas. Lord have mercy. She ate all the way up. Now, she did go a little, I had to figure out what else was going on, but she put it together. She put it together. And that's what should have been done from the jump. That's what should have been done from the jump. It's embarrassing. That situation was embarrassing until she cleaned that up. And then women needed to hear that. Now, I have other clips of the live that we can address if y'all want a part 2, but this thing been damn near 2 hours. And when I tell you I didn't even pinch the surface of the drama that happened last night, I'm talking about hours and hours and hours and hours of mess. Y'all let me know if you want a part 2, or we can go on live and talk about it. Because I didn't even show the clips where Controversial Shannon apologized to all the women for how he handled the panel. He apologized to the woman that cussed him out. And I said, oh, no, baby. No, ain't no way. And the woman that spoke last, they needed to hear that. And his wife, I know if his wife was on there, she would have cussed him out. Because ain't no way you going to just be on here disrespecting my husband and he welcoming y'all when y'all feel like y'all being tossed aside by everybody else. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I'm out.
We in a no hyena zone.